What's up guys, my name's Dominic, I'm from Deep Prince Cruises and this is my 03 Subaru RS in red. My love for cars came about through being very young, and I didn't even remember it, but my mum actually says that my first ever word I spoke when I was a little child was a car company. So I guess it's been there since little, and especially with family members. My grandpa, Nonno, in Italian as they say, he actually was a mechanic, loved watching Formula One, so we always used to watch Formula One together. I remember the last time, the first time I ended up watching it, I just ended up falling in love with cars. Number 2 is Gran Turismo as well. I used to play Gran Turismo on PS1 as a little kid, and I remember spending hours and hours in that game. I think the first car I actually ever got and I really loved on Gran Turismo was the Toyota Supra RZ 1996 model, and I remember getting that car hours on end, spending hours and hours on end tuning up the car, doing other stuff to it, and just throwing around high-speed ring for any of you GT fans, you know. So first car I was thinking about getting before the Subaru, I was varied on a lot of cars. I was unsure on that. One of the first options I thought about was a Supra. I was looking at 6-cylinder stuff like a non-turbo Skyline or a Supra. I might have thought about getting the old European car as well, BMW and that. But in the end, we were looking online on the online classified ads appearance, and I ended up coming across this amazing Subaru online. And ever since then, ever since I saw the Subaru, I really enjoyed the Subaru. Like the Subaru is just, it activates something with me, you know. Ever since I saw that car, I was like, wow, that's got to be my first car. And that's the moment I realized when I saw that Subaru on the class fields online, that was going to be my car. I first ended up finding my Subaru, as previously elaborated, on the online class field ad. So I took a look on the online class field ad, and I decided to try and end up going. Online and contacting the guy of a dealership. He was actually located in Altona West, and he was one of those guys. So in the end, I actually went down to his facility one day, his dealership, and we had a look at it. I was unsure what to expect, as being a first time I was probably inspected a Subaru. In the end, I actually fell in love with the car. As I said, took one look at it. I'm like, wow, that car, it's gonna be mine. I nearly had the money for it. I was like, I literally said to the dealership owner, make me put down any deposit you want to keep that car for me, because I'll be back there in a couple of months to be buying. What I first felt and saw when I looked at that Subaru was like, whoa. I imagined having a decent first car, maybe a Honda, maybe something, you know, like substandard range. I didn't expect too much from my first car. When I saw this, when I actually saw this with everything it had, legit, I looked at it and I'm like, wow, that car is actually better than anything I could have imagined for my first car. It's a piece of art, a piece of perfection. For my first car, it was everything and more than I wanted. For a first car, I was like, if I honestly had to choose any car for my first car, I wouldn't have even chosen this. This was way beyond my expectations. And ever since then, I fell in love with it. Still up to this day. Every time I take it out of the garage, give it a polish or anything like that, I take a good long stare, as any car guy would for it. My car being like to drive, well, being a four-wheel drive, I guess you can't throw it around corners and chuck it out, obviously. You've got to be responsible, because otherwise you're just going to go, traction control is going to come in, you're just going to go straight into the ditch. So obviously you have to be responsible with it, you can't do too much craziness with it. But being what it's actually like to drive, has a bit of power, has a bit of prowess to it, has a real nice noise with the exhaust and that. And in the end, it's just a really nice car to drive for your first car. Like for your first car, I really couldn't have asked any better for it, to be honest. So it's such a pleasant car to drive. Can go on any road trip I want with it. Feel at home. The seats are comfortable. Honestly, the first time I got in my bucket seats in my car, and then I went back to my mum's car afterwards, I was like, Mum, your seats are really uncomfortable. And then, you know, it's just been so good. It's that good that the seats in this car more comfortable than my mum's luxury Mitsubishi. So I guess being a Subaru guy and being my first car, non-turbo Subaru, I'd rather keep performance-based parts as stock standard. I'm not one of those Subaru guys. I'd rather go out there, do a whole strip and replace all my parts of WRX parts. So I'd rather keep it just visual stuff, to be honest. So the main stuff I've done is wheels. I got copies of Volks, and I've got Japanese rims. They're the Japanese copies, and obviously being a WRF student, you know, first job, you really can't afford like proper Volks, you know. So the copies are the best thing you can get. And so what other stuff I've done is I've put bucket seats in my interior. I put an aftermarket sound system in, subwoofer, stuff like that. You know, every young 16-year-old loves getting a great sound system in their car. And finally, a few other things I've done as well. I end up in the interior. I put LED lights and stuff like that too. And yeah, some other stuff I've probably done. Yeah, you know, I'll probably also repainted the side skirts as well, you know, really rusty and a little dry, you know, a little paint and a little old when I got them first of all. So yeah, future plans I've got for my Subi. The future plans I've got for my Subaru, not too much else, because obviously, you know, I've been saving up money for my second car already and that as well. But the main plans are I want to get a front lip, a rear lip as well, and all black to go off the side skirts being black, and also get LED strips on the side skirts of my car when I open the door, just to go off the LEDs in the car and that as well, and also get a Hello Supertones. They're another thing I really want to get, and also maybe just get like a bit of a rear sunroof thing on the back of the car, and maybe yeah, just to go off the car and make it a bit more aggressive looking. So yeah, that's my future plans for the car, just mainly visual stuff, to be honest.